Chekhov 27, and welcome to my meditation garden! Please take off your shoes before I shove them down your throat! This section of the garden is for achieving the purest form of relaxation, and as such, requires you to remove your disgusting shoes! Otherwise, I will be forced to cut off your feet and feed them to my suspiciously handsome dog! Woof! Woof! Now that your shoes are off, let's watch a video! Alright, I want to start off by addressing the elephant in the room. Adrian! Get the fuck out! I want to speak to my subscribers in private. Alright, listen up, you little fuckers. I don't know what I did to you, but you always seem to suggest games that make me want to jump out a fucking window. So today, I'm playing a good game, and there isn't a fucking thing you can do about it! Nights into Dreams is a Sega Saturn game developed by Sonic Team. Now, I know that Sonic Team isn't in everyone's good graces right now, but 1996 was a different time. A time of horse-drawn carriages and presidents that were hung like a horse. Yes, believe it or not, horses were huge in the 90s, mainly because of their massive cocks. What the fuck, Adrian? You were supposed to cut that before I said— You play as 3 different characters. Clarice, a young girl who wants to be a singer but is afraid of her upcoming audition. Elliot, a young boy who just wants to be good at the basketball but gets bullied by children who straight up dunk on him. Which might be impressive for these snotty-nosed little shit stains, but when I was a kid, I backflipped over Michael Jordan, and while my balls grazed his gentle lips, I dunked so hard that it opened a hole into another dimension through which a vile and disgusting beast emerged that we all know now as Ubisoft Montreal. So take that, you stupid fucking kids. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh, fuck. The final character in our trio is Knights. Knights is a... You know what? Let me get the list of things Knights looks like real quick. A dragon dildo that's been split down the middle, a bent barbecue skewer, an overly long and misshapen toenail, what happens when Prince fucks a rabbit, and what Tim Burton sees when he takes acid. But no matter what Knights is, I am going to have sex with it. The story's pretty simple. There's some wise guy causing shit in Nightopia, so it's up to our protagonist to beat him into submission until he cries for his mommy. The game is split into 7 levels. 3 for Clarice, 3 for Elliot, and 1 that you can play twice as each kid. Each level follows the same format. You start out as one of the kids, get bum rushed by some creatures, go over to Knights, and continue playing as Knights. You play as Knights for a majority of the game. Your main goal is to collect enough anal beads to plug up these large pleasure spheres of sexual mystery. Oh yeah, right there. Do this 4 times throughout the stage and you get to move on to the boss. But before we talk about the bosses, I want to go a bit more in depth on these stages and the controls. Now, I'm actually playing the remastered version of this game, specifically the Steam version, so I can't say with any confidence how this game would run and control on an actual Sega Saturn. However, I can say that this remaster runs and controls beautifully. The game is built around flight in a 3D-esque space. Most of the game is in a 2.5D layout with very small full 3D sections. On top of getting the anal beads, the game also has rings for you to fly through, things to collect, and enemies to kill. This is how you rack up points, which determines what grade you get at the end of a section. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't try cheating to get better grades. This isn't high school, kid, and Sonic Team does not fuck around. They've implemented a special anti-cheat system that sends an original Sonic fan character to your house to pull out your eyelashes and spit in your mouth. I heard someone was cheating. Ha! Joke's on you, fucko. I'm into that shit. Don't forget, you have a time limit here, which, if it runs out, doesn't really mean game over. Knights just disappears, and you take control of one of the kids and need to finish the level in a more traditional 3D environment. This is where the game loses some of the fidelity you get when flying around. These environments are beautiful, and walking around them is really cool. However, it's a little sluggish when compared to something like Super Mario 64. It's still really cool, but don't be expecting Super Mario 64 levels of platforming here. The shining moments of this game are really when you're playing as Knights. The controls are smoother than a freshly waxed ball sack. Oh! Juanita! Con cuidado, por favor! It feels effortless, but with wild opportunities to perform awesome stunts. There's nothing better than flying through a complicated set of rings, or circling around collectibles, or darting into enemies and throwing them away like the little pieces of shit they are. And the boss fights, while quite simplistic, are really cool. I don't want to delve too much into it for the sake of spoilers, but they are a lot of fun. Now, it is hard to talk about challenge with something like this. Since it is a score-based arcade-style game, it's only as challenging as you want it to be. Although, in order to unlock the final levels, you do need to clear each stage with at least a C rating, which isn't really that hard, especially for a shining golden sex god like me. Now, the gameplay makes this game good. In fact, it makes it great. But what makes this game special is its incredible design and the sheer amount of passion that was poured into it. Every second of this game stunned me with just how beautiful it is. The designs are amazing, and it's so vibrant and colorful. I haven't seen a game this beautiful in a while. Each stage is so amazingly well defined with their own unique identities, which really shows just how much time, energy, and passion was put into this. Speaking of time and energy, this game has these little adorable crack babies running around that have their own AI. Their mood changes based on how you play the game, which can also cause the music to change. That is impressive as fuck. None of my crack babies do that. They just roll around on the floor of my basement begging for more crack, which I, of course, give to them. I'm not a monster. On top of all of that, you have the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the fucking bit of a taco that falls into the tortilla you laid out below it, so you'll have a second taco when that one is done. And that is that this game has one of the best soundtracks I have ever heard in a game. I'm not exaggerating at all here. Every song in this game is a fucking banger. I have never sat through an end credit sequence in a game before. That's how fucking killer the end credit song in this game is. You know, after I beat the game, I felt kind of sad. I really just wanted a little more to finish this off. And that's when it happened. Oh, fuck yes! That's right, bitches! It's fucking Christmas now! Everyone put on your fucking Santa hats! I said do it, you insufferable fucking pachyderm! What? That's not racist. How is that racist? Oh, I can't believe you're fucking doing this right now. Right now, on Christmas of all days. Look, we'll talk about this later, okay? That's right, if you beat each of the last levels in this game, you unlock Christmas Nights into Dreams, which was a promotional disc for the Saturn. This gives you the opportunity to play a completely Christmas-themed reskin of the first level, but beyond that, it has its own remixed music that is just as awesome as the rest of the soundtrack. And on top of that, if you beat it twice, once as Elliot and once as Clarice, you get an a cappella version of the end credits song. And that was the moment I broke down and came all over myself. Best Christmas ever. So with all that being said, some of you might be wondering if this game really holds up after all these years. Fucking yes! Have you not been fucking paying attention? Nights into Dreams is one of the most beautiful, charming, and passionate games I have ever played. That's why it's easy for me to give it a 5 out of 5. This is a Sonic Team masterpiece, and I cannot wait to play the sequel. Wait, what do you mean it sucks?